Welcome to the Scale Model Club, and on this week's show...
This giant aircraft carrier changed the face of naval warfare.
Really great.
Hello, welcome to the Scale Model Club, and on this week's show we have got finishing off the Ark Royal with some weathering and some painting. Still not very well, so still got a bit of a funny voice. Apart from that, everything's just hunky-dory. So, here we have Ark Royal finished, painted. Tops painted, and this is me going to show you just masking it up. This is the Tamiya 6mm masking tape, of which I've now run out of. I thought we'll speed this up a little bit. This is just painting the red, which is just a Tamiya red, and the black line across the bottom of the hull before we can start the full weathering process. Thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hope you're all keeping well. It's a nice model. It's a very nice model. It's built up to be a really nice model. I've got to be honest, I am really enjoying building ships at the moment. But we'll move off the ship subject for the next model, I think. No idea what I'm going to do. So yeah, that's just the black line masked up, and I mask up the black line. Use that Tamiya 6mm tape for the edge of the line, and then put some thick masking tape on the top and the bottom of it to mask up the rest of the vehicle or ship while I paint the main colour over the top. I thought I'd leave all this on mostly real time, speed a little bit up here and there. Just so you can see what I'm doing really. It's a bit difficult with the camera angle and everything, but so there you see the big wide masking tape. I just put that on the edge of the 6mm tape because the 6mm tape gives a really nice sharp edge, and that just stops the paint from going on to the rest of the model. That's just Tamiya black, 50-50 mix with Tamiya thinners. Straight into the airbrush, straight out again. Lovely. Do like the Tamiya paint. Get the other side done. It's getting a bit awkward. I'll do the two ends, or the bow and the stern. The airbrush is a harder and steamer. It's an Evolution, not an Evolution, so it's an Ultra, so it's the cheaper end of the market, but it's a brilliant airbrush. I love it. With an O2 needle running at about 1.2 bar. Sorry, PSI, not bar. I do need actually a nice new fluid tip on that, but they are quite expensive, but they are nice and easy to fit, so I've tried cleaning it. I think I've cleaned it too much and opened the end out a bit. So let the black dry, put the Tamiya masking tape over the black so it doesn't get sprayed, and whack the red on. Not too bothered about the bottom because, like I said, I was going to try and put it into some water, so not too bothered about the bottom. it's a huge ship. I've got to be honest. Well, you must have seen that. When you put it next to the hood and you think how big the hood was, it's a huge ship. Right, so this is Army. I've covered the entire thing in clear, XF22 clear. And I've also painted the white stripe across the deck. That is exactly the same as all the other stuff. A couple of lines of masking tape, some white paint. I didn't try and shade anything beforehand. I just did a white, and you can slightly see the green through it, but it gives it a slightly worn look. Now the wash I'm giving it a go is the Army Painter wash, and it is acrylic, and it is dark tone. I'm using dark tone on the sides, which is a black, and a military shader on the top, which is a dark shade for green, which is why I'm using it on the flight deck. Got a nice wide brush, and I'm literally just brushing it down. So putting it on, brushing in downward strokes to give it a running effect. I don't quite like the finish I have come up with, but I might be a little too dirty, but we'll see what it comes out like. And what I'm going to do is you paint this on, and once the side's covered and it's all painted on, I'm going to clean the brush out, wet it slightly, dab it on some cloth so it's damp, and then flick up and down with it to try and get the streaks going, because once you put the wash on, you can move it about a little if you get it wet, so it doesn't pool in funny areas. Because obviously I've tipped it on the side so you can see it. You can see where it's just pooling under the windows there. You don't want that. So I do this side, turn it over, give it a few minutes to dry off, and then attack it with a wet paintbrush. But it is calming the grey down nicely. It's exactly the same as what I did to the superstructure, and I thought that had quite a nice effect, so I thought I'd do it here. And that's a wide flat brush, which I think is probably the best type of brush to do it with. Oops. Well, I'll leave it there then. That luckily fell in just the right position. See where you can keep working it up and down. You can get rid of the slots that have pulled and just work it. You just have to make sure you work it up and down, because obviously if you work it side to side, it's going to look funny. And now the other side, and we'll do exactly the same again. So put it on quite heavy to start with. Let it pull in all the important areas, and then dry your brush off to work it around the model, or up and down the model, give it that streaky look. Like I said, I think it might look a little bit too dirty the way I keep looking at it at the moment. I don't know, see what you think. I don't know. It looks okay. It looks good. Can't make my mind up. So that's pretty much both the sides done. the next little video next week will be the little aircraft, which I'm quite looking forward to. Need a little bit more army paint to wash. The only problem I find with the army painted stuff is once it starts to go hard, you can't move it about. You don't want to let this stuff go off. Some of the other stuff you can put on, like the Humbrol washes and the MIG ammo washes and stuff, you can then come back about a day later with a wet paintbrush, and you can rework it and move it all about and stuff. Obviously, if you haven't varnished over the top of it. And I used a green shade, which is military shader on the top, which gives the flight deck a few nice little shadows. I've also used a pencil to get some dirt, because I just assumed there would be brake lines and black lines. I've used a couple of pencils just to put some, like as if a plane has come down and broken quite heavily and left a tyre mark, so I figure the deck would be a little bit like that. So there we go, that's the two sides done. Like I said, I'm not bothered too much about the bottom because I am hoping to put it into a diorama. And now I've actually cleaned the brush off, and it's just damp so that I can almost dry brush it about. I found it gave a nice effect. So I was hoping to sort of re-energise the wash to let it, so I can move it around, get it in all the places I wanted it to, make it a little bit more runny than it looked like someone had just thrown black paint all down the side of it. I think it came out alright myself. I've left one of the bays open, one of the lifts open on the flight deck, and I'll put an aircraft in there because I think it's just add something a bit new to the vehicle. Something a bit different. Now I've also found out that the stanchions on the side that stick out either up or down are actually radio aerials. So that's a radio aerial, and they are down when flying has taken place and up when there's no flying. Yeah, so that's the green shade. And I literally do exactly the same as I've done with the sides, across the top, and just do it across. You don't want to do it, you want to do it from front to back, because obviously that's where the aircraft are coming in and out. So if you get any streaky lines, you want them going that way. But I just wanted to pick out all the little ropes and lifts and everything that was on here. So thanks everybody for watching me finishing off the Ark Royal. Stay with me for the aircraft to go on it and some final pictures. Make sure you like and subscribe, it means a lot. Push that on notification bell. And comment. Stick your pictures up if you've made the Ark Royal. I'd love to see them. I am in no way an expert. I am just a guy that likes building models and playing about on YouTube. So that just darkens down that middle line as well to stop it from, just feather the edges a little to give it a worn look. So because it's just quick, hastily put together, I've done a little video at the end of what the vehicle looks like. I'll do some nice photographs at the end of the whole build, but I've just done like a pick the camera up, moved it around, so you can get a good look of the model at this stage right now. So thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I shall see you next week with some really small planes. Laters.
Nice.